this video, I'd like to present you to some of the rarest Nissan Skyline GT-R R34s ever manufactured by Nissan. And those colors are all famous lightning yellow, EV1, and of course, the most wanted color, arguably, AR2 active red color GT-R R34 VSPEC. Both of them are extraordinarily rare, and in this video, ladies and gents, we like to focus on this particular car because she's about to be delivered to New York, United States of America, to our friend John from the United States. It's a dream come true for John. John is such a big fan of GT-R R34s, and in his home right now, he owns not just one or two or three, four of those beautiful GT-R R34s in midnight purple, two silver, bayside blue, and also black color. All of them with full Nismo aero, looking pretty good and fabulous. And this is going to be our great pleasure to have another special and his most loving color delivered to him, this time again active red. Nissan manufactured only 1% of its GT-R R34s in this particular color. That means out of about 10,000 units ever made, about 100 of them. Or in VSPEC edition, only 61 editions of those GT-R R34s ever made, and this one is extraordinarily special. John has been storing the car with us for about 2 years now, and when we bought the car for John, it was almost complete stock, meaning that it did not have this R-tune bonnet, Z-tune fenders, Z-tune bumper, and number of other parts, which I like to give a quick shout out for you guys right now. Before, of course, we delivered the car to our port, and tomorrow she's going to be loaded inside a container before the car is going to be headed to the United States of America, exactly on the other side of the world. Talking about John, John reached out to us for the first time about 4 years ago when the Midnight Purple 2 GT-R R34s become USA import legal under show and display import regulations. Again, NHTSA states that the car has to be 25 years old for it to be USA import legal, while the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency in the United States, says car has to be 21 years old for it to be exempted from all the regulations it has in the United States. So when John reached out to us about 4 years ago, he did not own any of those GT-R R34s, and it was his first time about to buy Midnight Purple 2 USA import legal one from California. About 2 a.m. in the morning, John calls up saying, "Hey Dustan, I know you've been shipping out those USA import legal GT-R R34s right now on the show and display. I'd like to get your advice on this particular car in California. What do you think about it? Here's the price." And that time price was crazy. And I said, "Send me the photos, let me take a look, John." So he sent me the photos, and apparently this is one of the cars I shipped to Florida, and our partners in Florida sold it to someone in California. And I said, "Well, that's my car, I shipped it, right?" So he ends up buying that car, going to California, buying it, bring it back to Florida, and he's totally in love with the car. And that's when he starts buying up another bayside blue, silver, black GT-R R34s for his collection. And the most wanted color he had in mind was this particular color, and it is active red AR2 color GT-R R34. Long story short, about 2 years ago, when we had one in stock, he said, "Let's make a deal." We made the deal, and for the past 2 years, we've been storing the car for him until the car turned 25 years old, which is next month in July 2024. Right? That's why we're about to ship the car out to him to New York, United States. Guys, did I just say John is from Florida? Well, I meant to say he bought the car, we shipped to Florida first from California. But anyways, he's not from Florida, but we are about to have the car delivered to him to New York. So he's super excited, expect to see this beautiful GT-R R34 in the United States of America pretty soon, about 2 months from now, somewhere in New York. Anyways, looking at the car, first things first, easy to notice, as you guys can see, that the car comes with a beautiful BBS wheels. Some people like it, most people like LMGT4s, but BBS on this car looks pretty awesome, I would say. At the request of John, just like all of his other colors, we have installed him R-tune bonnet, Nismo, Z-tune fenders, and Z-tune bumper, which looks absolutely amazing. And these days, ladies and gents, getting your hands on any one of them, especially the R-tune bonnet, is extraordinarily difficult because there's none for sale. Of course, on top of that, the car comes with a front carbon diffuser, as you guys can see that, looking pretty lovely. And of course, on top of this upgrades, we have done some extra special upgrades for John at his request, and that is as simple as installing the carbon pillar garnish on the car. And of course, rear spoiler blade, which is also called flop in Japan. You got this beautiful carbon rear spoiler blade installed up, and take a look how it looks without this and with this. Beautiful. And of course, car comes with a special exhaust, which it had since it's a VSPEC. Comes with a VSPEC diffuser badge as well. And of course, very special and very rare to find lately, car comes with Nismo LED tail lights. Looks beautiful. With that being said, interior of the car is relatively stock. It's gonna be a very quick review of interior and engine compartment as well for you guys. And looking at the car looking pretty beautiful. Here we go. The car comes with upgraded newer spec cluster, which is up to 300 kilometers. And if it was Nismo, as you guys understand, it would be about up to 120 kilometers. Seats are relatively stock, very clean condition overall. I have seen so many GT-R 34s with the seats ripped from here and particularly here. And in the case of this car, as you guys can see that, although there's tiny bit of damage here, it's not ripped or anything like that. So it's a beautiful looking, absolutely lovely condition. And of course, for John, by the way, special, we installed this Nismo carbon mirror covers too, which looks beautiful, guys. If you own a GT-R 34, guys, install this. It looks so much better with that one. I tell you what, so much better. So we got a few things done for John apart from that, and let's talk about a little bit before, again, this car is about to leave our shop, which is going to be nostalgia for us because we are so much used to having this particular car in our stock as well for the past about 2.5 years, really, you know. So voila, let's open it up. Of course, Nismo R-Tune bonnet. It's carbon, as you guys can see that, looking pretty cool and awesome. And number of upgrades we have done for John. I want to give a quick shout out in this video for you guys. Who knows, maybe you're interested in those upgrades as well if you end up buying a GT-R 34 from us as well. Yeah, so we installed a Nismo cooling panel for him. Looks beautiful. Of course, as you guys can see that the car comes with Nismo radiator cap, which is great. The washer tanks, radiator and fluids tank looks beautiful. We can install brand new ones as well, but looks really nice. But very important and very special upgrade, as you guys can see from this engine compartment, is this fuse box cover. We are making those lovely 3-layer fuse box covers. It's high quality, looks beautiful compared to stock ones. And we have one installed up for John as well. And finally, as you guys can see, we have a special Nismo tower bar installed for John as well before the delivery of his beautiful AR2 GT-R R34. Imagine, guys, this car is only 61 made in VSPEC edition, and this is one of them. And I'm proud to say that at least 10 to 15 of those AR2 active red GT-R 34s, probably 15 or more, has gone through our shop. So about 20% of all the AR2s made by Nissan have gone through our shop one way or the other. Pretty proud about it. So cool stuff. More than 20%. So with that being said, let's shut the bonnet like this. And before she leaves, I like to, as a tradition goes, take a quick ride of her here around our shop just to test it before we deliver to the port, right? And I'm so excited about it. John, I'm super excited. If we get the chance and if John sends us the photos, ladies and gents, I would love to post on our Facebook, Instagram pages of his 5 cars in the United States standing right next to each other. Forget about somebody else owning 5 GT-R 34s. I don't think I even know a shop that has 5 GT-R 34s in the United States. Isn't that amazing, John? Of course, we have another client, Destroyer 5458, right? Brandon. He has some cool GT-Rs as well. He's in Japan, by the way, as we're recording this video. He's trying to get a special Nismo CRS project done in Japan, which we are looking forward to it. He might have some pretty cool GT-Rs out there in his yard as well, comparably, but I tell you what, he does not have 5 GT-R 34s in the United States as well. He probably not. We delivered just recently M-Spec newer and Millennium Jade color to him as well, to his collection. But John, man, I want to give a quick shout out on all of your cars. If you're watching this video, please make sure to send all of your 5 GT-R 34s right next to each other. I would love to share it with everybody else after this posting this video, whenever, of course, once you receive your GT-R 34. With that being said, let's install up our dealership plates on this car, and let's take her out for a quick test drive before she leaves our shop here in Nagoya, Japan. And with that being said, we have to point out what other heavyweights we have here. And as you guys can see, we have a beautiful lightning yellow GT-R R34 VSPEC. Guys, if this is super rare, only 61 units made in VSPEC edition, this one is extra super rare because this is the rarest color of all GT-R R34s ever made. And it's called lightning yellow. Only 44 units made in VSPEC edition of those babies. And 3 of us, just over the past year alone, has gone through our shop. And this one is going for a super special friend, a shop in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. So expect to see her pop up for sale pretty soon. And if time allows, if we get the chance, we will make another shout out video on this particular car. With that being said, take a look at the other one right here. This is extra special as well. Full carbon aero, R-twin bonnet, Z-twin fenders, Z-twin bumper, full carbon, R35 brakes, all of them brand new installed by our shop. LMGT4s 19-inch, right? And of course, the best tires, Potenza RE71 RSs, installed it up, fresh, brand new, with the suspensions and everything. This baby is available for sale on our website, and that one is sold out. So we will leave the link if you're someone who's interested in extra special GT-R R34 with extra special goodies. It's extremely difficult to find. This might be the car that you would like to give more attention to. With that being said, let's install up the dealership plates and let's take her out for one last test drive. So with the dealership plates all set, let's fire up this baby. And be on our way for one last time here around my shop. Every time before the car leaves, I like to boost it up around our shop once at least, just to test it. Number one, the car, to make sure everything is on the job and working properly. Brakes, pretty good. Full speed, pretty good. It checks out. And some people say, hey, you drive the car too hard. Man, it's meant to be driven hard. And again, I don't want to break it, but if the car breaks down before you deliver the car, you make sure that to fix it up, right? That's not the purpose it serves. And I try to speed it up a little bit just to test the limits of the car. By the way, and I get asked this question time to time, hey, like, why the gas is the light is on the gas? Not much gas, right? Of course, right now the car has good enough gas to drive probably, 30-40 kilometers maybe, but by the regulation in Japan, shipment companies request us to have a minimum gas on the tank before we can ship out the cars. That's the reason why we are not allowed to put full tank or half tank. It has to be 20% or less on the tank for the safety of the reasons of the car being on a boat until it's delivered to the United States or any other part of the world for that matter. That's why when you see the gas light on, don't get scared. It's okay. The car still has enough gas. That's not a problem. It's just that we are not allowed to, again, as I said, have even like 25% of the gas in the tank by regulations for us to be able to load it inside a container for the safety reasons and have it shipped out from Japan. That's the reason why you see very minimum gas. And again, as I said, that's not the problem. So far so good. Test drive final time around our shop is complete, and John, your car checks out pretty awesome. Before she will be delivered to you to the United States of America. One thing I realized, by the way, which we didn't pay that much attention, especially while the car was in storage, is this multifunction display. I'm not sure whether you guys can see it in this video or not. Of course it works, as you guys can see that it moves and everything, but if you look from the corners, you can see from this side that this thing is living its age. It has a lifespan about 10 years or so here and there, and after 10 years it starts, showing the age of it. This is probably what's happening on this car as well, although currently it works perfectly fine. I mean, it's starting to lose its power probably. That's why I think before we deliver, tomorrow it has to be delivered to the port, we will do our best to replace it up with a brand new multifunction display. That way, John, she's going to serve for you for the next 10 years at least, sometimes even 20 years to come without any issues. So that's why it's always good to check out the car before it's delivered, test drive to make sure everything is working, functioning fine, which we do here at our shop all the time. And as long as I'm at the shop, most of the time I try to check the car in person before it's delivered to the owners. So with that being said, let's put the car back to its place and wrap up this video as well, right? So, ladies and gents, today with you, Dostan here at Garage Defend, final time test driving John's AR2 Active Red GT-R R34 VSPEC before she's delivered to New York, United States. And it's been a great pleasure, John, to service you. I know we have delivered a number of your cars, almost all of your cars coming, right, from Japan. And this is going to be extraordinarily special. I know you're super excited about receiving your car. We've been giving her some love and care before she is delivered to you, and it's been our great pleasure for the past 2 years to keep her here at our shop. Thank you so much for your always trust with us, and look forward to have the car delivered to you soon, United States. And guys, thank you for watching as well, and I look forward to see you guys in next videos to come. And if you are in the market for a special GT-R 34 from Japan, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks, cheers, bye.